You all make your way back from your journey with heavy hearts and heavy minds. Lady Hitomiaki looks at all of you, and her face dims a bit as she sees your expressions. I notice you're missing 3.
We encountered some trouble and we lost 2 of the workers we hired. They died on the island, and Kitagawa, the third one, she survived, but she's very unwell. So we got to the island again, like last time, and the hirelings. We made a pulley system to be able to get up and down the circular waterfall, and we left the hirelings up there to be able to pull us up when needed. And I went down first, down the line when it was all set up, and I saw this water creature. It was like a man, um, and he like tried to. It was like he tried to drown me, like tried to like pour himself down my throat, and I panicked and I put on my seal cloak and turned into a seal, and then he realized, you know, he couldn't drown me anymore because I could breathe water, and he ran off, but he ran off into the waterfall where my friends came down, where Vatia Farah and Remy came down, and they didn't see anything, so we just assumed it was fine, and so we kept going further in, where we met a shark who swam into the wall by accident, I think, but we quickly defeated the shark and moved on. But the shark came floating back, and it looked all rotten and nasty, and there was black mold, and it was like the parts that were moldy started to move again, almost like it was like reanimating or something. I don't know. But that's when we heard a scream. We were so close to where in my dream I saw my body, but we heard a scream, so we turned back, and 2 bodies, Sarah and Hayashi, their bodies were thrown down the waterfall. So we hurried up there, and it was empty. There was no one there. And Afera ran out and spotted that this creature, the waterman, he was out there in the water, and the captain and Kitagawa, the last surviving hireling, they were on a boat. She was unconscious, and he was trying to run away with our boat. We wouldn't have been able to get off the island. Um, but we got back. I mean, we got up there, and they came back eventually after we fought this waterman. So Vati with her new horn, her conch horn, um, it's like a seashell horn.
Mm-hmm.
She played it before, and it actually kind of not scared away the shark, but like pushed it away, like almost like she was controlling the water in some way. She also used it to help us get up the waterfall faster when we heard screaming. And now she used it again, and he froze. The water creature froze, and me and Remy could actually shatter the ice and defeat it. And then Afera came back with the boat and the captain and Kitagawa, who seemed very taken by it all. And we went back down the waterfall to retrieve the bodies, and they were also infected. We brought a bottle with some of the flesh and the rot and the mold. We took it from the shark, so we brought it back here to investigate it. But the same like disease was had taken the bodies, so we burnt them, and yeah, they were buried. Or well, they were left on the island because we didn't want to bring it back here. And
I see.
I don't know if I trust the captain anymore. There seems to be something off about him now. it might just be a feeling I have, but the way he tried to leave us behind, and I don't know. Something feels off.
I confronted the captain on our journey back because I had noticed that they had stashed a sapphire gemstone in their pocket. They told me that this gemstone fell from the creature and that they had picked it up on the beach while we were burning the bodies. I convinced the captain that it was not just his share, and paid him a fair price for the gemstone which I now possess. It is worth about, well, a rough estimate would be around 50 ayah, give or take. More if it's made into jewelry, but it has a curious quality. It seems to pulse with a heartbeat and swirl. It's not like any sapphire that's usual.
Very fascinating.
I found it a bit suspicious.
Very fascinating indeed. Would you mind if I had a look at it?
Not at all.
The lady will look it over in her hands and shift it around in her fingers. Are you interested in selling this, or were you hoping to keep it?
Well, personally, I am interested in keeping it, but it belongs, I would say, more to the group. It was a collected effort in obtaining it.
I'll stake no claim to the gem. I don't. It feels like it's worth more than money. Either if you remake it into jewelry, or if we find out why he's acting this way. So for me, there's no hurry or any need to sell it.
I'm gonna be real. I think all I really did is just swing a sword at the right place and right time. So I don't think I got much of the shots here. Besides, you brought me along anyway, so that's more than enough.
Well, it's your loot as much as anyone else's. So if you vote to sell it and split it, that's also fine. Or if you, it's up to you what you'd prefer to do. Don't feel pressured in any way to make a decision based on what other would think.
I would pressure you all. I will offer you 60 ayah for it.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. Whoa.
Can I ask what is so special about this gem?
It's more that it's a novelty. Things like this are rare on Tinsile, and I certainly wouldn't mind owning one. I know for you it might seem like a lot, but for me 60 ayah is, well, not something to ignore, but it's affordable.
A quick question. Would Afara have an idea of how much it would be worth if they made it into like a necklace and then tried to sell it on?
It's already pretty well refined. You might be able to make more if you make it into a necklace, but she's definitely offering more than it's worth. So
okay.
you might be able to make a little bit more, but you also have to consider the cost of materials.
Yeah.
And also you're just like, this sounds very rude, but also you're just an apprentice, so maybe there's a risk that you fuck it up.
That I fuck it up. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But there might be something more you can draw out of this gemstone. It does seem like it could have potential magical powers, in which case that would make it worth even more than 50 Aya or 60 Aya. But of course, you have to make the judgment call. Like, do you want to keep it or take the money?
Okay, yeah, I'm interested in the money. Sorry.
I'll retract my vote. Like I don't prefer either way here. I trust. Like if anyone else has a preference, that's fine. But I don't have a preference in selling or keeping it at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I kind of want the money now because I realize I'm still in debt.
Vati?
It's your call, Af. Whatever you choose, I'm happy.
A deal, then.
A deal?
A deal.
Very well.
Goal. Sorry. Cough.
I will bring you the Aya. Do note that this still qualifies as treasure, so you'll need to pay taxes on it. I believe it would be 3 Aya, 60. The rest of it you can split amongst yourselves as you will.
Do you want the weird fungus, gross stuff?
No, I'm not interested in anything like that, I'm afraid.
If you don't mind, I could keep it and look around and see if I find anything about it. I'll of course replace your bottle if you want a new one.
Yeah. I'm pretty much gonna have to change out some clothes. But yeah, here, I give you the bag with the glass bottle in it.
So it's like a sack with a glass bottle.
Yeah, because Raimi is a little bit paranoid after seeing how it moves and everything, so she kept it far away from her things as much as possible.
But it's just a normal sack, it's not the water-resistant one, right?
Yeah, it's the normal
Okay,
one.
good. Okay, yep. Then I'll note that down, thank you.
I would also recommend, if you don't mind, for those who fell, I would suggest, perhaps in addition to the payment thereof, passing something more on to their families. It might not seem like much, but even simply having those followed during your expedition might make others more wary of traveling with you in the future.
Wise words.
And with that, is there anything else to report?
No, I believe that was everything.
Very well. I do hope you'll take care, and this is the end of this expedition.